Sí, progreso y gracias a la misericordia. This is Ancista Brujo Luis. I'm doing a video today to show you a simple way to protect the house, to keep the vibrations of the house from envy, from jealousy. This could be done in a home. This can be done in a place of business. And what you're going to need is you're going to need a fuente or a vase with water. Okay, this is pretty much what you're going to use, and you're going to keep it in a high area. Okay, and you're going to fill that vase with clean water, and you're going to have around 3 spikes. Here I have 6 because I do this every month, or I try to alternate it. But what you're going to do is you're going to use 3 spikes or 3 nails. They could be they should be iron, or they should be of a metal that will rust. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to place 3 of these nails into your water goblet. Okay, this will begin to absorb any negative vibration within the home, any negative spirits, any envy, any jealousy. Okay, it will pick up any negative vibration, any negative spirits, jealousy. This could be done in a home. This could be done in a place of business. It will ward off negative spirits, lower level spirits. It could also ward off witchcraft. It's very simple to do, and it's something that you should do once a month. And you will notice that as you do this, the water within the month will start changing a dark brown, rusty color. Okay, and sometimes you will notice that it will tell you how much negative vibrations around you by how much the water goes down. What is important is that you keep the water level above the nails. So if you notice that the water level goes down a little bit, add more water. After a month, you're going to notice that the water level, I'm sorry, not the water level, that the water will turn a dark, rusty color. And this symbolizes that it has picked up all the negative dirt, all the negative debris, the envy, gossip, any negative vibrations or witchcraft. And you can place this on top of a refrigerator, or on top of a high place. You can also sprinkle it with your favorite. I have holy water here, so you can also sprinkle it with some holy water that's been prepared. You can, if you're in a tradition that you prepare your own holy water, you can prepare your own holy water. Or if you follow a Christian tradition, you can gather some holy water at a Catholic church. Please never purchase holy water. This is taboo in my eyes. Okay, so right there you see that it's going to be left there for a month's time. Okay, so if you can see right here, here are the wet nails that I used to pick up the negative vibrations for the month. And here are drier nails, which I'm going to use to replace them. As I said in the beginning, you don't need to use railroad spikes. You can use nails that rust, and you can find them in those stores that sell, nails and all that. Look for the old nails or coffin nails. I use 3 for the Holy Trinity, and the 3 wounds on, the 3 nails that pierced Christ. Christ had 5 wounds. But anyways, every month I replace the dry ones. The wet ones, I replace them with drier ones. And these 3, I stick them into the ground, visualizing the negative energy that I picked up within my house. It's on the nail, and it's going to go into the earth. So what I do is with my right hand, I visualize all my negative energy, all the negative spirits, unwanted vibrations within the home, and being picked up, and I place it into the earth, into the ground, where the ground will absorb it. Then I wash my hands with sanitizing soap and sprinkle it with holy water to remove, and salt to remove any negative vibrations from my hands. So similar to the purva or furba of the Buddhist traditions, and in the Purva traditions, in the Buddhist traditions, this was given to me by an Itako medium friend of mine. What they do is that they absorb the negative energies, negative spirits, and what they do is often they take the spike. If you notice, it's a 3 section, and what they do is they visualize all the negative with the right hand, all the negative energies, unwanted vibrations, negative spirits, and what they do is they place it into the earth so that the earth can absorb all those unwanted negative energies and spirits. So similar to the spike or the nail that you have placed in in that glass, the glass for the month, this has picked up a lot of negative energy, a lot of unwanted vibrations. It also attracts spirits, and it keeps it removes it, but it leaves the negative energy, which you can see in the rust in your finger. So you do is you hold it in your right hand and you visualize all that negative energy going into the earth. Sorry, of course, this is not going to be easy, but when you visualize it absorbing all the negative energy into the spike. Now, if you don't have a yard, okay, usually in the back we put two of the spikes, and then we put one of the spikes in front of the house, in the front of the house. Now, if you do not have a yard, if you live in an apartment, then you can have a basket or a pot with dirt, and you can place them into the dirt, 2 in the front and one in one in the front and 2 in the back. This will pick up, absorb all those negative and unwanted vibrations that the spikes or the nails have picked up, and it will purify it. The earth will purify it. It will absorb all, like I said, all those unwanted spirits, and it will, place it into the earth, into the ground. People will ask me, do I need skulls? No, you don't need to. I keep the skulls there. You don't need to. What you do need is a vase big enough to place your 3 nail spikes. They don't have to be railroad spikes. They could be nails that you pick up at a hardware store that will rust. Okay, so you can pick up nails that will rust in a hardware store. They're really affordable, around $1 each. Or you can pick up old nails probably at a flea market or a yard sale. Okay, now also with this, if you follow a Christian tradition, you can place a cross. Okay, so you could either place a cross. You could place a cross below this, or you can literally, place the cross within the water. This will symbolize that it's picking up lo corriente, the currents, and it's absorbing those currents like an antenna. It's absorbing those currents and it's placing it into the water. Okay, the cross symbolizes the realm of the living and the realm of the dead, resurrection, reincarnation. So you can use a cross to use that, that you place inside the water. If you don't feel comfortable, you can lay the cross on top of the goblet, of water with a nail. If you are not Christian, you can also use a pentagram. Okay, and you can place the pentagram in front of the goblet, or again, just like the cross, you can, if it's big enough, you can place it on top so that it's covering the lid, so that it picks up, you know, that negative vibrations. Just like the cross, the pentagram in Christian tradition represents, it's not completely always pagan. It could also represent it represents the five elements: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit, but it could also represent the five wounds of Christ. Okay, so it depends on the tradition. In Strega, this would represent, or in Brujeria, Latino Brujeria, this represents the five wounds of Christ. So brujos, you know, this is not just a Wiccan thing. Brujos from all cultures, this is the symbol of the brujo, of the witch, from Japan to Europe to the Middle East to South America. This is the symbol of the brujo, the witch, whatever tradition, faith, or non-religion that they may not choose to, you know, they use it. Okay, so you can place that again, like I said, on top of the fuente or below it. Make sure that the point is pointing towards it. And this will help, again, to absorb, to ward off those negative spirits, those negative and unwanted vibrations within the home. Please keep this in a level safe from children. So it's got to be high, on top of a refrigerator, on top of a high dresser. If it's for a business that you feel that people are throwing negative vibrations, envidia, mal de ojo, place it in a high level place or a high level area. This water will go down, and you will whatever water that goes down during the month, try to replace by adding. You would want to make sure that you cover the nails. Okay, so a lot of people might not be comfortable with having the cross in the water. In Espiritismo traditions, we use the cross within the fuente as an antenna to pick up los corrientes espirituales into the fluidos, into the water, into the spiritual fluids. You can use the cross, or you can remove the cross. But also, I like to use in front of, like I said, you can use that pentagram, or you can place the cross in front of it, or like I said, on top of it, or the pentagram. Or you can use, this is a sword that I picked up at a botanica, and it is the sword of San Miguel, Saint Michael, the guardian angel, you know, Arcángel San Miguel, and you can place it before it in that manner. And here I have a purba. Okay, this was gifted to me by an Itaco, a medium shaman friend of mine who practices the Japanese form of mediumship. It's very similar. We've been talking. It's very similar to Puerto Rican Espiritismo. We have so many similarities, and so you can, you know, I'm using this because he gifted to me, and to me it's very important. And I'll show you how I use that in a similar fashion that I use the nails at the end of the month. But you can use your purba. You can use it, well, first of all, you would never hold it with your left hand. You should always hold it with your right hand, as you would a dagger, as you would a ritual athame, okay? To ward off negative spirits, unwanted vibrations. So just like La Espada de San Miguel, which they're pretty much the same size, you would put this, you would make a symbol of a crossroad right there, and you can bind them. This symbolizes that it cuts off any negative, it cuts off in the crossroads any negative and unwanted vibration. Again, you don't necessarily have to use the skulls. You can remove the skulls if you want, and it could be, let me just remove this one right here, and it could be just simply like that. You know, this is your trabajo. It is the way you feel comfortable doing it. It depends. You know, sometimes I la cruz, the cross, into the water, and sometimes I do not. course, now it's not going to stay. But sometimes I add la cruz into the water, and sometimes I do not. It depends. Mostly I do. Mostly I do place the cross into the water as a spiritual antenna that it will absorb. It will pick up those corrientes, those spiritual currents, and place it into the water. The water is the symbol of where the dead will go. Los muertos, the negative vibrations, they go into the water and they get absorbed and trapped into the water. The quicker the water goes down, sometimes you will see burbujas. You will see burbujas, and the burbujas or the bubbles will tell you how much negative corrientes are around the house. But you will also see that the water will start going down, and this is of course, it is absorbing negative energy, and it's placing it into the universe, into the cosmos. But you got to make sure that you cover the nails. So when you see that the water, within months' time, it's going to start getting rustier and rustier, and within a month, and the water will start going down. You just got to make sure that you're vigilant enough that you cover the nails. That you just make sure that you cover the nails, so that this is just a simple way, to use for protection, protection of a home, protection of a business. Please keep it away from children, small children. Keep it in a high location and away from people who might touch it. You don't necessarily have to place these. I do, but you don't have to. You can just leave it as is, and it will do the same things. This right here symbolizes, just like the pentagram, which represents the 5 elements, but it could also represent the 5 wounds of Christ. Okay, so you can use that, as that, and also if you use a skull. You don't have to. It could represent Adam, Adam. For those who understand Christian brujeria or strega, or those traditions, they will understand that the crossbones or the cross under Christ represent. So those that use a skull, not necessarily, you don't have to, but people will understand that this will represent the skull of Adam, the crossbones, and the cross represents Adam. And if the cross was on top of here, of course, it represents the passion of the Christ in your spiritual and this trabajo, this magical work. You will see within a month's time that the water will turn dark brown, rusty. A lot of people use that. I guess some occultists use that as some people that practice hoodoo, I guess, or whatever. They use it as war water. We in Espiritismo don't use it as war water. We use it to symbolize that it picked up the negative vibrations within the house, and we throw that water into the street or away from the home, because it just takes all that negative vibration within the home, within the business, out of the house and into the atmosphere, into the universe, where the elements will take care of it. The sun will absorb it up, and the earth will absorb all the negative vibrations into the earth. So around after a month, you will see that the water has turned completely of a darker, a brownish color, a rusty color. I've noticed that a lot of modern people use this color as a war water. I'm assuming this is where that practice came from, the use of war water. I don't use agua de guerra, war water, but if you do, A lot of people purchase war water for very expensive, they do cost, they're expensive, and you can literally make your own war water if you use that. I personally do not, but if you use war water, then here it is. It's right there in the bottle, and you can bottle this up. What this represents right here after a month is that it's picked up all the negative vibrations from the home, from the business. You cannot really see the 3 nails in there. I'm going to literally put my hand in there to show you, but here's a nail just to show you that the nails are still in there. There's another one in there. And you will notice that during the month, the water will start going down and down and down. Try to keep it to the same level when you started it. And after the month, get rid of that water. You can splash it into the street. This has picked up any envy, negative vibrations. The rust in the water sends vibrations into the atmosphere around the house that gets rid of jealousy. It gets rid of negative spirits, unwanted vibrations. We place it high in a like right here, the refrigerator. You can place it very high, and after the month, you get rid of it and you start again. Anyways, this is Sancista Brujo Luis. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like. Also, you can do this again. You can wash this out, throw this water away, or if you use war water, I guess you can save that. I personally don't use war water, but if you can save that. But get rid of that. Wash this down with soapy hot water and salt, and you can do it again for another month, and you will always constantly be picking up negative vibrations, unwanted vibrations from the house or from the business. And again, after the month, throw that away, throw that into the street, away from the house. This is just vibrations and negative, energies that it's picked up from the rust. The rust, it repels those negative spirits. It doesn't let the spirits pass, and it sends that vibration into that corriente, that spiritual current around the house. Anyways, this is Sancista Brujo Luis. If you enjoyed this video, please press that like button, please subscribe, and please leave a comment. Santo Sanse, Sancista Brujo Luis.